drop the left hip and break down that knee, that's what he's talking about. That's actually the strain. Now what's funny is, straight on the lower back, this is the one here. Look, he bumped the hip, he created the spine angle, and now it's more around. That's the around. And when I do that, I don't feel any restriction. Here, I feel, it gets stuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I went any farther with you, I'm gonna crack your back there.
It was a crunch, and now it's a stretch.
Exactly. It's a stretch. And it just feels like it just opened, it's like opened up. It's like, whoa. Yeah. And now, here's the big thing. It was the body's turn that was dictating that. Now, what was happening to you, like so many, this left hip was dropping. And as the hip dropped, the spine that's perpendicular to our belt line drops with it. And as you turn more like a Ferris wheel with those shoulders, not only do you crunch your lower back, but look what the hands are going to do. They're moving this way. And then you have to reverse out of it and stand up to shallow the club. My favorite drill for how the body turns, and this is the easiest way to teach a complete golf lesson. How the body turns, what the arms and hands are doing relative to that. And then you fine tune what the club head does relative to that. So here we are. We're setting up, club across the chest, bump the hip. We talked about that. Getting that femur on top of the left foot, seemingly, to create that post and to create the brace. We're doing that while maintaining that sternum in one spot. Boom, there we are. Now we're in a position to turn right around the spine angle. Do you see? That spine angle's there to turn around. Yeah, the high left hip, good, and then the chest back. Now here's the thing.
Okay.
Get that more around.
Got it.
Get that straight to the right foot. There it is right there. That's his turn. That's his turn. Show the viewer what you were doing before a little bit. Exactly. See that right there? That's the crunch right there that then it gets everybody like this. Remember we called it yesterday the teeter-totter?
Yeah.
Ding, ding. Okay, rather than just the merry-go-round, right? That is so much better right there. And now, Kev, go back there and watch his hand path. Watch the hand path now, guys, relative to his body with his shoulder turning back more to his right foot. Gets behind the ball, the shoulder gets behind the ball, he turns. There it is right there. And as long as you can do that with the deeper hands, but not let the club get inside as you do it, that's the gold. Be honest, I mean, how many yards did we pick up yesterday?
35.
You guys, with irons. The difference between this and just, I mean, that was so good right there. And here's the last thing, because I'm going to throw it all at you. As long as this doesn't go down today and goes more around, we're golden. It's the around that takes the direction of the hands that way. It's the hands' job to keep the club out there. It's the body's job to turn the hands to the top. Does that make sense? It's a great way to say it. Body, hands, easy, just right there. Club head, it's the hands' job. Keep it out there. Okay? Let's do two of those together. Yeah. So much better though. That position at the top is great. What do we need? Deeper hands turned by the body, club a little bit more in front. Mm-hmm. And then stay in our spine angle.
Right.
Stay in the spine angle is easier than people make it. Your eyes can stay right on top of that alignment rod that's between the ball and you, and my eyes are roughly falling on that rod. I mean, like kind of right in this range here. So here's the big thing. When it comes to staying centered and not going side to side, it's easy. Just keep your eyes in one spot and learn how to turn. Just learn how to turn around, keeping your eyes in one spot. That means your head is in one spot. That means your spine angle that's supporting your head's in one spot.
Right.
Same thing's true from the down the line view. If I'm here down the line and my eyes are over this, just keep your eyes over that. Tiffany Joe, LPGA Tour player, who we used to work with, and she's the best. Now she coaches in college golf. We used to always put the alignment rod like underneath her eyes, and like her eyes were just past it. Mm-hmm. And all she would do is just try to keep her eyes past it at the point of impact. So just sitting there, turning it back there with the club in front of you, right back into this position, doing what I'm doing right now, and just taking little practice swings like that. That's the whole plan.
Gotcha.
That's the whole plan. We can put it all together. So, here's the one thing I would do. Don't let your head get this way.
Okay.
Okay, because it's like your left ear is almost going down to the ground.
Yeah.
Keep the chin up.
Okay.
If the chin stays up, guess what's going to happen? It's a tip that I never really give as much as I used to. my dad was just so relentless about my chin being buried in my chest. He was relentless about it. He goes,
Yeah.
it just restricts the turn. And I go, okay, I won't do it. So I used to just try to keep my head elevated like that. But I let it relax here. I don't do one of these. I let it relax here. And I just keep it up. Like there's a tennis ball between the two right here. That leaves a place for your shoulder to get underneath.
Right.
But the minute that head goes down, your shoulders,
Yeah.
your spine's going this
Tilted.
way. And that's the only thing I see that I would improve. And you're going to get stronger and more powerful from keeping that chin up. And all I would tell you with the 9-iron, even though we're looking for the bigger turn, shorten the arm swing a little bit.
Okay.
Shorten the arm swing a little bit. Just keep it a
Body
little more,
turn.
little less at the top. Like a big
Okay.
turn, but stick it at the top. There it is, right there. Done. Done. And start off doing what we did yesterday. Lots of Hidekis, okay? Like
Got it.
like 5 minutes of Hidekis.
Yeah.
Now the reason we go 5 minutes of Hidekis with this guy, just to guarantee that he has a couple of those variables knocked out in his mind, to let his mind have a chance to process it. It's hard to get it all together in the swing when you're trying to hit the golf ball. But if he does the Hideki, it allows him to break down the backswing, feel that takeaway with the big turn, stop it at the top, and then transition to hitting the golf ball. A lot of people, if I let them hit the ball right away, the backswing never gets as tight as it could because they lose a little bit of that thought process of what they should do because they're so consumed with hitting the golf ball. But what's great is yesterday what you learned was when you did the Hideki, that's how you picked up 15, 20 yards immediately.
Right.
And then when it wasn't until you blended it all together that we got the big yardage gain. Awesome right there. Awesome.
3-yard draw.
Yeah, let's go, dude. Dude, and you know what's funny about it? It's the first one that I told you, like when you got to the top, I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, is that because the angles are perfect? What was perfect about that one? Okay, you didn't have the runoff at the top.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the face gets open, by the way. Good, 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 good. He gets a little bit of the extra drift up there, and that club just gets open and behind him. And then you make a great swing, but it's just open and behind you, a little bit right.
Mm-hmm.
That one, it was like, turn, 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 done turn, and then hands and club just finished. And that's what I love about the Hideki drill. When your body's done turning, you should be very aware of the arms, hands, and club sticking at the top, okay?
Right.
That was fantastic right there. I think that's sometimes the biggest problem with most golfers that I work with. You know, mentally they come into it thinking that there's a magical word I'm going to say. I'm going to give them a great understanding of what needs to happen. Yes, I'm going to coach you to get there. But not enough people spend time just doing it literally in slow motion or practice swings or rehearsals to just allow themselves to create their own feeling of what it takes for them to be there. You know, they're looking for that magic word, like what's that one feel? Yeah, we can give you feels, but man, there's nothing better than sitting there yourself and understanding what it truly feels like to keep your head in one spot and to stay in your spine angle. I feel like my right pocket goes back into my left. I feel like my left one goes back into my right. That's me personally. Right back into left, left back into right. But that's my feel. So yeah, that club's gonna stay right in front of this line.
Okay.
As you rehearse that right to the top. Yeah, there it is right there. There it is right there. I mean, I can't tell you how impressive that is though, to pause it as long as he's pausing it and then turn back and hit it and have the contact be that good. And the only reason why it is because he's putting it in the right spot.
It's night and day.
Yeah. It feels
It's 100% different.
Here, tell the viewer for you, like, because so many people do this, how different does it feel? And like, what does it feel like for you?
The way I thought about it, it was almost turning in an uncomfortable position. I had to let go in order to gain control. Turning much more around my body as opposed to just tilting.
I love what he said. He had to lose control to gain control. And oftentimes you have to do that when you're making a change in this game. You have to feel like, because you're used to doing something. So when we lock into golf ball, we do what we're accustomed to and what we put countless reps into doing because it's the comfort zone of how we feel like we can get back to the golf ball. Mm-hmm. Same thing in this game. That hits it straight, hits it far. Connection and rotation.
Yeah.
And then after that, work out. Like help yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Give yourself a little bit of ability to have some speed. But let me tell you, the more connected we make players, the straighter they hit it, and the more connected we make players, the ability to rotate is greater. And they always end up hitting it farther. Yeah. So this is great. I'm watching right now. I'm loving what you're doing. A couple more Hidekis and then we'll blend it together.
Sure.
Good. How good is that turn though? He makes a nice turn, doesn't he? Yeah, and it's important for the viewer to know because they look at him and they go, "Oh, come on, he's 33 years old still. He can he can make a nice turn." No, like it's not just about that. We get guys out here much older than that who have knees and back pains, and if you set your body up right and you get the hips in the right spot, the pelvis in the right spot with the right spine angle, it opens up the ability to make that turn. And that's the big thing yesterday. You had a narrow stance and a very straight up and down stance. It just looked like a letter I rather than the reverse K, right? And from here, naturally, things are just moving in bad directions to where you're cutting your turn short, arms are forced to lift and take over in the golf swing.
Yeah.
And the minute that you took away the body's turn, you're taking away all that tension in that bow and arrow at the top of the swing that can then, really send it.
Yeah, what I was doing yesterday was much more complicated, much more difficult than what we're doing today.
Absolutely. And that's what's fun about it. It's like, it didn't make it harder.
No.
It made it a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to what we were doing yesterday, though. Come on, let's really get that nice deep turn.
All right.
No arm swing extra at the top, and almost think draw on the way through. That'll help your body rotate through the golf ball.
Okay.
See, just thinking draw, though, that ball went dead straight. But what it does for a player who's used to having the club a little behind, a little open, just kind of stand. Okay, that allows, it's more done with the body. It's not a commitment to the hands to flip at all. It's just get it over there,
Yep.
Rather than kind of out there.
Yep.
That was fantastic right there. I love that last swing. The part that's got to feel so different to you has got to be this rotational part, though.
Absolutely.
Like, just being able to, from where you are now, like you'll see him right now, and it'll get smoother and smoother as time goes on. But it's like you want to. I'm just gonna exaggerate, right? Just because you're trying to. It's the first time you've been able to feel yourself, actually, because of the fact that you're now connected, because of where the hands are, and because you've kept this post now, you can now open back up rather than here. So much of that had to be spent facing the golf ball to get the arms back to where they need. Yeah. So this is great. Awesome. At Porzak Golf, we take a lot of pride in having developed some of the best and most consistent golf swings on the planet. We do this through simplicity. Our Full Swing Masterclass will take you on a step-by-step, easy-to-understand process on how to get your golf swing better than ever. Join the many before you who've utilized our Full Swing Masterclass to take their games to the next level and beyond.